Hands behind your back. Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Take you back. It's November. She's 15 years old. She's accused allegedly of stealing a car. She tosses her shoes off in the direction of the officer. We don't know what they're actually saying to each other, but the deputy suddenly attacks the girl, punching, kicking, throwing her to the floor, holding her by her hair, and then punching some more. It's not fair to just show the silent video and make a decision about it, obviously, although it's tough to not come up with any kind of conclusion. We don't know exactly what happened before the incident as well. There she's taking her shoes. She's not really throwing them, she's tossing them, but obviously that set him off. We know what we can see.
The officer was off duty at the time of the incident, and the beating, which was caught on tape, we must warn viewers, is disturbing. That officer apparently was so drunk that the bartender refused to serve him, but by doing the right thing, she enraged a cop now charged with doing the wrong thing. 50-pound body had not one, but two run-ins with the 5'4", 115-pound bartender in confrontation.
He proceeded to come around the back of the bar and beat her unmercifully. She had injuries to her head, her neck, her back, her lower body. She was bruised and had contusions throughout a substantial portion of her body.
Show coming at you live, breaking it off just like you like it, cause you just don't get it, cause you ain't got it. How you niggas doing? Alright, we're back for another fine show, folks. We'd like to thank Verizon and Comcast for getting us on the air, and KaramelEntertainment for taking care of things behind the scenes. Folks, we got a strong one tonight, let me tell you. Because tonight's show is them stupid niggas. That's you out there and your children. And that came from the Supreme Court, from Justice Scalia. There's a little case going down in Texas at the University of Texas, has been taken to court by this young lady. I forget her name. Let's just call her the white girl. And she has sued, even though she graduated from Louisiana State or somewhere else, but she filed a case, and it's now come up again the second time before the Supreme Court. Justice Scalia, Antonin Scalia, said that minority students with inferior academic credentials, that's you niggas, may be better off at a less advanced school, a slower track school where they do well. He was talking about niggas, y'all, black folks. Now, I know this is going to piss you off. I agree with him. That's right, I said it. Because there's a silver lining in this. Ladies and gentlemen, last week I started telling you niggas about historically black colleges and universities are going out of business in this country. Virginia State, Norfolk State, and many, many across St. Paul's went out of business here. Now think about this, ladies and gentlemen. The reality is that these inferior black schools are now in jeopardy of their very existence. And if the Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia didn't do us a favor, I don't know who did. He said clearly to us, go back to your schools where you inferior people live and you dumb niggas can get an education. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many blacks I done talked to today. They're upset because the white man didn't tell them they was equal. Well, I got news for you niggas. We're not seeking equality. We're seeking to see who's the best in America. And unless we embrace our stuff, how will we ever challenge this false sense of white folks' educational system as the standard of intelligence? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Now, there's a silver lining here. Think about what Justice Scalia was talking about. Let's just on the face value, assume that he's absolutely correct, that Negroes are not quite as intelligent as white people, and Negro schools are less than white schools. Granted. All right, let's take our football teams and basketball teams to those black schools, and all of y'all transfer your kids from the white schools to the black schools in this country. Starting tomorrow when you wake up, take the football team and all of that away from the white schools. They'll come begging at your door. You will not need civil rights. You will not need affirmative action because you have the power of economics in your children. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you guys last week, when those niggas at Missouri State said they weren't going to play football, they got rid of the head guy because little be known, there was $1 million of default money that would have had to been paid to the opposing team. So they had to do something. It's about your wallet. Now let me point out something to y'all how important this is. Because y'all are dumb niggas. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all don't get it because you ain't got it. This white man on the Supreme Court has just popped the cap on freeing you from the death grip that white colleges, and I'm going to call them what they are. These are white colleges because they are set up by white folks for white folks. They're not set up for you niggas, and you are getting into school based on your color. This is a fact. Most of us have jobs not because we're considered intelligent or even capable of doing the job. No matter how many degrees we have, it's simply because you are a nigga. That's what America is talking about. All of this stuff that's happening in this country today, and we're going to cover a lot of it tonight, is centered around the degradation of black people as less than human. As you've seen on the opening film, if that man had threw his German Shepherd across the floor, grabbed it, ripped his fur out like he was throwing that black girl, what do you think the people would have done, white people? They would have put this man in jail for 30 years. Think about Michael Vick was fighting dogs. At least they had a chance to win. Dogs fight by nature. Ladies and gentlemen, but when you throw a nigger girl across the floor, no problem. This is the core value of white America. We have to face this. You have to face this. Now, y'all remember, there's a champion sitting in here looking at you out there. 804-915-5202 is the live calling. If you got any guts, pick up the phone. I'm here. I'll break you off something proper. Now, here's the kicker. I would love to see black preachers stop eating fried chicken and watermelon and get up and tell their congregation, go get your kids out of these white schools and get the football and basketball players first to leave those schools and go enroll in black colleges across this country and make them into great universities. Because I can tell you one thing, most of the great white players will follow the great black players. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret that our children are a resource, an economic resource for the colleges and high schools and professional teams across this nation. And it's about time we take back our resource and make it work for us. This is no joke. The problem with y'all is y'all niggas. You want to shoot each other over in Mosby Court, where there is no economic system. That's right, I got it right here in front of me. Crying shame. I mean a crying shame. 42 niggas done died in the city of Richmond this year. What is the problem? I'm reading this in the Style Weekly, thinking to myself, now you know what? Mosby Court is a sign of the times of past, present, and probably future. And here's the kicker. The problem in Mosby Court is the same problem across the nation for Negroes. You do not have a political system. You do not have an economic system. Therefore, you have a black market economy called the drug economy. And the only way to settle your contract, which is your disagreement with other blacks, is to shoot them. Why white America stands by and does nothing. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys seen this. It just popped in my head because I'm real. I don't script the show. I'm talking to you straight up to you like we standing on that corner out there. Here's the kicker. I was watching this video. They let this cop go who kicked this black guy and broke his jaw and knocked him out. I don't know if y'all have seen the video. I wish I had it tonight. Maybe we can get it and get it on the air and you guys could see. The guy is getting down on the ground as ordered, and as he gets down in a push-up position, the cop kicks him in the jaw. The cop goes before the board or whatever to see if they're going to prosecute this cop. Not going to get prosecuted. He kicked this man on the way down, knocked him out, broke his jaw. Ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not surprised. And you shouldn't be either. This is essentially the core values of American white folks in this country. Now, am I saying all of them? No, because Dr. King was very clear about the silent majority of white people that know what's happening to Negroes is wrong, but they will sit in their house eating butter and noodles and not paying attention to what's happening to you. And it's about time you start holding them accountable for their failure to carry out the faith that they say they believe in. You know, the craziest thing in the world, let me tell y'all something about Islam and Christianity, because I'm not religious. Here's the kicker. Islam claims that Allah is God and the only God. But Christianity does the same thing. They claim that the Bee Gees singer looking guy that they call Jesus, that white guy, is God Almighty and there is no other God. Christianity is just like Islam. Now, I've been listening to this crap on the radio, especially with Donald Trump. Come on. I mean, listen to me. I'm not a conservative or a liberal or a libertarian. The point of the matter is this. When you compare Christianity to Islam, you see the same injustices that you see in the Supreme Court. What do you mean, Mike Lee? Well, this is what I mean. The reality is white Christianity is just what it is. It's for and by white folks. They claim that their white God is the divine being. Now, what does that make us niggas? And black people get on their knees and pray to a white God. This is just a reality. Now, when you bring up the subject, everybody gets hairy and they're like, oh, he's no color. This nigga is invisible. What are we really talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. When you look at jihad, and they say, well, they're cutting off heads over there. I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone about this issue, right? Jihad, cutting off heads.